We just look at bringing in objects. We'll start from there, bringing in objects. So let me import a background, fireplace embedded. Let's look for a background. Okay, this is your keyboard. Okay, so when you import something like this, you can choose to right click before the thing drops. You see this X marked. It's because it's on transform mode. I said that in one of the classes. It's on transform mode. So before you drop it, you make the decision to whether you want to leave it that way or you want to
change it,
rotate it or anything. Like me, I want to rotate it. I can rotate 90 degree and it will become straight. But I have a method where once you take your mouse outside, you see the icon of the mouse changes to that.
Yes.
So that way you can move it, you can rotate it. Once you click on that area, you can rotate it anywhere you want. But if you want to rotate it and bind it to angles, I think it's 15 degree, you hold and shift. You see, it will bind it to 15 degree.
Okay.
This is 0. Are you watching the
Yes, up.
yeah,
Yes,
up there,
yes.
above the mouse? This 15, 30. Just by moving it,
Yes.
75, and so it will get to 90, and maybe that's what you want. Like that's what I want. Then you can just increase. So for increasing, you come. I hold an Alt
Okay.
so that it will increase on all sides. If I don't hold an Alt, see what it will. It will be increasing from one side, and I don't want that. I want it to increase from middle and all sides increased. Okay, so if you are okay with that, you can either click here or press enter on the keyboard. So it will commit it. When it's on transform mode, it will not be clear. Something you should take note of. Don't feel that the background is bad. No, it's just the transform mode. Once it's out of transform mode, you notice some clarity, even though the background is very poor, but the clarity will be more than when it is in transform mode. So it's good to get used to this placing embedded.
It's 5. Okay.
I'm just going to play with some of the things we have taught before, and if there's anything new, I might just say it in the course of teaching it. So let's say, for instance, now this background is looking like something of a computer kind, robotics and all that. So let's think towards that direction, and maybe we want to create a design for it. So let's say the company is Boat Builder, BOT, short for robot, Boat Builders, and so we want to do a flyer design for them. So let's create a new layer, and the new layer is empty and is rightly above it, meaning that if we just start typing, you select your text tool and click. Before you click it, you are free to change the font type, and before you click on the canvas, even when you click save, you can also change it, but the effect will be affected from the point where the cursor is blinking. So I think I like this Niagara engraved because it's a condensed font. Condensed and engraved. Let me check how it will look like. Let me change the color to white. Change the color to white and click OK. The size is small, so let me increase it. You are seeing what I'm doing, Abi?
Yes.
From 30 to 52. I've not clicked to.
Yes, sir.
Now So immediately I click, you will notice that the layer will change to text layer.
Okay.
That's what it has been waiting for since. So I can just type what we agreed, which is bots. Okay. Let me increase the size. Oh, is this how this font is? I was thinking the font is. Anyway, I'll just manage it. There are some fonts that are not meant for some things. Let me just manage it. You know what I did now?
You take it down.
Just tell me the name of it. I taught it in the last class. I keep maxed.
Okay. So that yeah. But you did it with shortcuts.
Yeah, no. I taught you the shortcut now.
Mhm.
I leave you out of it. So I click maxed, and that's how the background became the color for the text.
Okay.
Okay, so let's add a shadow. We are used to this. What I just did is just to click mask. So, but let's add a shadow. Let's add a shadow to the board. Select the board. Go to FX. Add drop shadow. That's the one at the bottom. And dialog box appears. You see the distance. I'm increasing the distance so it falls off. Excuse me. And I increase the size so it will feather out. Excuse me. Alright, so I put a shadow and I increase the size just now, so if you want to see it clearly you can see, but I don't like to make my shadow obvious, just subtle. Okay, and that's it. So one of the things I've been stealing to just show you, not like I've taught you, but I've always gone there to take some commands. Like if you see now, you see this look of it. If you want to make it look like a gradient, because this is black, this is green, and you know what the gradient is mixture of colors. What I like to do, the trick I do is to turn it to Gaussian blur, from blur, Gaussian blur, and increase the size of it. Now it's 5.1, but I will just increase it, and you'll notice that evenness. This is one of the things I do with my design. That you'll notice, you see the gradient now is popping up.
Yes.
It's not just that background again. So the thing is acting on the background, not on the text. You see, it's the background I selected.
Yes.
And you see the effect, this thing icon there showing that you have applied an effect to that layer. Okay, so that's exactly one of the things I do, and it makes my design pop. I don't stress myself. In CorelDRAW you have to create a gradient. Voila. And if you actually try to do the Gaussian blotting, CorelDRAW is heavy. CorelDRAW, once it becomes heavy, it's heavy. Photoshop is also heavy too, but Photoshop has a way of managing it. So for me, I feel that this is quite okay. So that's the gradient trick. That's gradient trick for you to know. Now, sometimes there are other tricks I do. Your clients can just tell you, I don't like the color. Green is not my thing. Please do blue. It's very easy. Once you just have this, you can choose to select an adjustment layer and click mask it above it. Now all adjustment layers, they all have the click mask icon at their property. You see it there?
Okay.
And that's a click mask icon. If you don't also use it, you can use the shortcut to work. So you can just press Ctrl Alt G. And why I'm click masking it? I don't want it to affect any other thing that will be on the background. I want it to be only this guy. Okay. And you know that this guy is click masked to this. So I'm making this command to be click masked to this. The thing is acting on this one, that's the hue and saturation that I chose. That's the adjustment layer now. Is acting on this guy. Why this guy is hiding behind You understand? Click
Yes,
masking
yes.
now. Masking is hiding and revealing. So that's exactly what's happening here. So I'm going to be adjusting this, and it will be affecting the color. Then when you want to really adjust anything that has to do with hue and saturation, just know that you are dealing with colors, hmm? And all the things about the color. Hue means color, change the color. So you have one panel, hue. Saturation means make the color pop or make it down. I thought this thing.
Yeah.
Then lightness means make the color lighter or darker. You can have dark red, light red. That's where you. So these three commands. We have other features, but these three commands is just basics for you. So I can just start playing with the color now, especially when the client says, "Give me blue." So I'm going backwards, giving me something behind green. And if you know the way color is arranged in, if you just understand your rainbow, if you know your rainbow is consists of Roy beef. If you remember, if you're a science student, you remember Roy beef. Roy beef means R for red, O for orange, Y for yellow, G for green, B for blue, I for indigo, V for violet. Then you come back to red. That's exactly what you are seeing here. Roy beef. R for red, O for orange. Orange is in between. Let me just click colorize so that it will be clear. Pop up the saturation. You see the red?
Yes.
Now I'm going to orange. You are in orange now. You are seeing this now, right?
Yes.
So we'll go for yellow, and we are leaving yellow. We are in green. Roy beef. Remember, you are in G now. Now blue. We are going for blue, and you see blue now very soon. You're seeing blue now. It's
Yes.
popping up. Yeah. So blue, we'll get the darker blue. Then we are going for indigo, and we'll still get to indigo. That's one you call purple sometimes.
Yes.
And then you go for violet. That's a lighter purple too. Confuse people. So we'll get back to red. We are back to red, and it means we are already back to here. So because what is here at 360 is the same thing as what is here at 0.
Okay.
360 is equivalent to 0. You understand? So this thing is hue and saturation is arranged in a color wheel. And when you say wheel, is a circular thing in degrees. 0 degree is equivalent to 360 degree. 90 degree is equivalent to no, it's not equivalent to anything. But just know that you have this 0 degree and 360 degree. Once you get to 360 degree, it's assumed you have gotten to 0 degree. You understand? So because you have finished the clock. Alright? So that's basically the hue. I'm just playing the hue going around. Now you notice that I click colorize. Is a different thing entirely. If you don't use colorize, you'll be, as you are moving, the color is changing, okay, but the color is mixing with the original color that came with this work
Yes.
or this layer. So that's what is happening if you don't use colorize. The new color, like where we are right now in this calibration, is blue, but you know that this thing came green, so this thing is going to mix with blue to give us whatever is there. If I move further a bit, let me move further a bit. We are in indigo now, but it has mixed with green to give us this. So it's a mixing thing, and you know that we have primary colors and secondary colors. What gives birth to secondary colors is when primary colors come together.
Yes.
You get. So that's exactly what's happening here. But when we click colorize, what happens is that it does not obey that mixing again. You must obey the color that is on our hue. That's what is happening. So you see that red is red. Where we are right now at the red point is exactly what is giving us at colorized level. So you should know when to use this. Just know when to use it. So that's, if you need it, you know when to use it. So yellow, green, we'll get to blue. So let's say the client chose blue, so we're in blue now. If the person wants lighter blue, we can increase the saturation. You know that if you drop the saturation, it will turn to harsh color, and that's desaturated. So but if you pop up the saturation, the blue will be obvious. Now, if you pop up the lightness, the blue will become a light blue, and if you take it down, it become a dark blue. And because it's gradient, you'll be seeing some blacks coming out and blue still remaining in some places. It's just your choice, your choice around this thing. Just what you want. Okay. If you pop it up too much, you will notice that the black runs away. So it's up to you. For me, I like to keep it shiny. Somewhere around here is shiny. So you have dark areas, light areas, dark areas, light areas. Okay, let me just see if I can get the picture. My mind.